Throughout his life, Ronald Reagan's faith wasn't just a footnote. It was the cornerstone of who he was. You know, before he became the 40th President of the United States, even before his Hollywood days, young Reagan was shaped by his mother's deep Christian beliefs in Dixon, Illinois. There's this beautiful story about his mother, Nell. She'd spend hours reading the Bible to Ronald and his brother, and she had this incredible way of turning every hardship into a lesson about God's purpose. Even during the Great Depression, when times were really tough, she'd tell them, "Everything happens for a reason in God's plan." What's fascinating is how Reagan's faith evolved from those early days. When he was a young actor in Hollywood, a place not exactly known for its religious fervor, he kept his faith strong. He'd often say that his survival of a 1981 assassination attempt wasn't just luck. He believed God had spared him for a purpose. But here's what really gets me. Reagan wasn't the kind of person who just talked about faith. He lived it. During his presidency, he'd often slip away to private prayer sessions. His staff would sometimes find him in the Oval Office, head bowed in quiet prayer before major decisions. He wasn't showy about it, it was just who he was. You might not know this, but even when addressing the nation during times of crisis, like after the Challenger disaster, Reagan would weave in themes of faith and hope so naturally. He had this way of comforting people without making anyone feel excluded, regardless of their beliefs. In his later years, as Alzheimer's began to take its toll, those close to him said his faith never wavered. Nancy Reagan once shared how even in those difficult times, he maintained his spiritual strength. It's quite moving when you think about it. This man who led the free world found his greatest strength not in political power, but in his personal relationship with God. That's what made Reagan's story so remarkable. His faith wasn't just something he practiced on Sundays. It was the lens through which he viewed the world, the compass that guided his decisions, and ultimately the legacy he left behind.